We think we have that control over our lives, and Paul Kalanithi is giving us an example of perhaps we don't as much as we want. So what do we do in the face of that? Hi, my name is Sue Deagle. I'm the author of Do Loss, A New Way to Move Through Change, which is a memoir and companion for our journeys through all kinds of loss. I also write a Substack called The Luminist, and across all of my platforms, I talk about loss, vibrant living, and everyday life. We are in the midst of talking about books in the loss canon, which, as you can see from this shelf here, is a series of books that helped me get through a catastrophic loss that happened to me a decade ago when my husband Mike died suddenly at age 50. So books and a whole bunch of other stuff helped me on my journey. And I just want to share that with all of you because sometimes alone time with a book in your brain is what you need to kind of expand your vision of what's possible. And also as a gift to someone to help console them better. So today we are still in the midst of what I call the classics of the lost canon. And this is when breath becomes air. I actually read this book before my husband Mike died. And it is the story of Paul Kalanithi. He was a neurosurgeon who got brain cancer. And he is the author of this book, except for the epilogue, which his wife writes. And it is a story of, being young and vital, falling in love, getting married, pursuing a career, a high test career, only to have all of that come to a halt, when this mystery happens and he gets brain cancer. He just kind of examines his own thoughts during the process, the disappointments, the sadness, and also they decide to have a young child, even though they know he's ill and in the decisions that they made there and how that baby will outlive him. So one of the parts I found so touching is he knows he's deteriorating and he won't be able to do neurosurgery for very much longer. So once again, I had traversed the line from doctor to patient, from actor to acted upon, from subject to direct object. My life up until my illness could be understood as the linear sum of my choices. So it's like we think we have that control over our lives, and Paul Kalanithi is giving us an example of perhaps we don't as much as we want. So what do we do in the face of that? So again, this is a memoir to help us sort of understand what it's like to be struck down by an illness that is going to end your life, and how do you live your life under those circumstances. So I just found this one super touching. His wife Lucy again finishes the book and writes the epilogue, and she's also worth following too. How her journey has progressed since the passing of Paul. All right, so that's when breath becomes air.